Study medicine in Europe. A good idea in the year 2023. I don't know where you are from watching this video. I'm from Germany. Maybe you're in India. Maybe you're in Russia. But I think in most parts of the world, you have the same situation. The economy doesn't look good. What does this mean regarding your career choice? In today's video, I will discuss that. Specifically, does it make sense to study medicine in Europe in these times, or are there better career ways and paths out there? So I'm a dentist and I studied medicine in Europe. I didn't study in Germany because in Germany I couldn't get a seat in med school. I studied in Bulgaria, a country where it's possible to study in English language in an English program, dentistry or medicine, and then migrate to Germany to work there as a healthcare professional, doctor or dentist. Right now, the economy is not looking good, and it is foreseeable that as we look in the history, following will happen. The economy will go into recession. In Germany, definitely we are already in a recession because of inflation, because of rising energy prices, because of the war in Ukraine, because of very stupid decisions of our politicians as well regarding the energy. And what happens in any recession is that the jobs are getting rarer and rarer. So in everything that is not absolutely necessary, there will be not many jobs. So people will only buy what is absolutely necessary. So if you wonder what that is, that's basically the fundamental needs of humans that people will still cover. So if the money is rare, if people don't have any money left, they would still cover the utilities, the daily expenses for nutrition, for food, for housing, and for healthcare. They would still cover the most important insurances, and that's about it. They wouldn't spend money on holidays and vacation, on luxury, and they wouldn't spend money on fun activities. They would focus and concentrate on the basic human needs. And in those booming economies that we had in the last 10 or 20 years, people would not like and wish to become doctors or lawyers or teachers, government politicians, or something like that. Why would you do that in a booming economy? Of course, you want to be a financial analyst. You want to be a manager in a big tech company. You want to be a IT programmer. You want to be someone in the business world making, after 3 years of maybe a bachelor, more money than a doctor, right? So in a booming economy, you have all these people and they're dreaming about making a lot of money in an easy way. And in a booming economy, that is actually possible without a lot of effort. So people in a booming economy, they go to the free market. And what happens is that booming economies are always ending at some point, and the economy is heading into recessions. And in those recessions, what happens is they all lose their job, or at least a majority of them loses their job, and those who keep it work under very harsh conditions with a low salary a lot of years. And depending on how long the recession goes, that can mean that your financial life and your basis of your life is ruined. And that's why you see a lot of families where there are a lot of doctors or lawyers or other people who work in a very safe environment. They're usually very wealthy because in those downturns of the recession, those people still make money. They can buy assets cheap. They can buy cheap housing. They can buy cheap other assets that are rising in value after the recession. And that's why most of the doctors and most of the lawyers and most of the people that work in the government are quite wealthy, and it's considered secure. So in a booming phase, no one wants a secure job. It's not attractive, right? But now it's getting really different. A lot of people want to study medicine. A lot of people want to study those basic needs covering jobs. And what I can recommend you is really go for such a secure job. If you get an education and if you go to university, I'm not saying everyone should go to university, but if you go, then learn something that that is useful for people no matter how the economy is performing. That's my recommendation. Does it make now sense to study medicine? Definitely yes. Or dentistry, wherever you are in the world, you will always have a job, you will always have food, and you will always have enough money for your family. Does it make sense to study and work in Europe specifically? Well, it's possible to not study in Europe and then go after your studies there and work there. That's definitely possible. However, it's very difficult. I help students from non-European Union countries that are from Latin America, but it's more difficult. If you're in Europe, things are more easy. The curriculum in Serbia, for example, completely recognized. All the European Union countries completely recognized. Macedonia recognized. So it's much more easy once you are in Europe. You would also have much more possibilities here and there, do an internship, get to know a clinic. It's just that much more easy. And the reason why you should study medicine in Europe and work in Europe is that the healthcare market is very lucrative. So first of all, we have a huge labor shortage for dentists in France, for doctors in France, in Germany, in the UK. You have a shortage in Switzerland for doctors. You have a shortage in Austria. You have a shortage in basically all the Western European countries. A huge shortage in Switzerland, in Denmark, in Finland. So in all of the Scandinavian countries. And the shortage is increasing because our population is aging and there are not that many young people. We didn't put a lot of money into dental and medical seats in our own countries, so we are dependent on new international doctors. Every day in Germany, there are patients dying because we don't have enough doctors. And the great thing is that in France and Germany, foreign doctors get the same money than German doctors. So it's not like the UAE where they split you into two categories, UAE doctors and international doctors from India or Pakistan. That doesn't work like that. So we have a law, and in Germany, doctors are the most well-paid professions of all the citizens. So they're the most respected, by the way, also. And it's different than in other countries. In Europe, a doctor, a dentist is the most renowned profession in that society. Healthcare is really valuable for us. We have a universal healthcare system, which means that we think healthcare is so important, every person needs to have that. And people who run a business like me, for example, they pay a lot of money each year to the healthcare government insurance so that other people can get it for free or to very low conditions who earn maybe less money. So healthcare is really important in Europe. We need international doctors all over Europe, especially in Germany, where I'm working with hospitals to recruit talent from abroad. And if you're thinking that this is a profession that you would like to do, then I can really recommend you to do it and to do it in Europe. Study medicine in Europe and then come to work in Germany. And if you're interested in that, book a free consultation and we will help you make that happen and accompany along the way to your goal. So basically, to sum it up, it's safe. It's something that is safe long term. You will always get respect. You will always get, let's say, the favor of the patients and a lot of happiness around you. People will be thankful for you. It's not an easy profession. It's a hard profession. But I don't think that we should seek out to do easy things. We should seek out to do hard things because at the end, that's what makes us happy at the end of our lives, that we help people and that we served our people around us, our community. I think that's the purpose of life, to serve our community and to help other people. And I think as a doctor, a dentist, you can really do that and you can have a meaningful life. Will always have enough money. You will always have enough respect, and you will always have other people helping you because of what you do with other people. You really help them in the most fundamental and direct way. Yeah, you can serve people also by driving a truck, yeah, or you could help people by educating them. But there's nothing compared to a person that is really sick and needs direct help, and you're the person to heal that person. And I think that's something really beautiful. But despite all those parts that I think most of us know, you should really have in mind that the economy is not always going up. It might go down for 10 years. and then things can become really desperate if you don't have a job in a fundamental human needs right? So in a fundamental area where people will always need your help. So if you're doing something like being a travel agent, or if you're doing something like IT programming or something, then you will have a lot of job opportunities and a high salary in the booming phases of the economy. But let's take the IT, for example. Yeah, uh, crazy salaries in the last years. But what is happening now is, well, there's no money in the economy to fund unprofitable businesses, right? So most of the tech companies, they're unprofitable. Their profits will come in the future. I don't mean that they are bad businesses or something, but they're just investing in the future. And this money is now not in the market anymore. And those tech companies, they start to crumble. Of course, not the big ones, but many of the smaller startups. And that means that there are less jobs. No one will fund an IT company now. It's not possible. And that means that the salaries will go down, then the unemployment will rise, and the only people who have really money in a recession and a job and a security in a recession are people that work for the government, that work for the healthcare system, that work for the legal system, and that do something that is absolutely necessary for the sustainable civilization. I think I got delivered the points to you guys. I hope I made myself understandable. I know my English is not the best. Yeah, even though I studied 6 years in English, I still struggle because in my daily life I don't speak that much English. I would say the majority is still talking German, and it's a little bit different to talk someone on the phone or to talk to someone in a personal conversation or to treat patients in English. And it's one thing, and to actually make a video online, it's always another thing, especially live. But I think you get my messages, and I really hope that some of that sticks with you and you can relate to that. And if you're interested to book a free consultation, use the link down below. And as I said, it's 100% for free. It might not be me, it might be a colleague of mine, depending on how much time I have. The first consultations are mostly done by my colleagues. And if you're started with us, of course, I will also be available to help you guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.